Welcome back, everybody, to the continuation of our recap of Pyanodons on Twitch. So, we've been busy today, a lot of busy. We had some outposts to be done today, we had some new products to be made, but let's go through it step by step. I think at the last recap, we left it to the point where we said that we wanted to use the gasoline over here to make glass. Now, if you look over here, we can already see that we do have a glass machine over here, a glass smelter over here. And the big problem with the glass smelter, and you can already see it happening over here, is getting enough fuel into this gas smelter over here so that we can keep this thing running continuously. Gas smelters over here, these glassworks, they require liquid fuel, and each one of these requires 10 megawatts of fuel. And currently they're running on coal gas, and coal gas has, well, basically no energy value. We kind of want to upgrade the coal gas later on to syngas. For now, I've just hooked up the coal gas over here so that we have something to sink it into. But better gases are required. We could also, of course, let it run more on gasoline. Currently, only one of these buildings over here is hooked up on gasoline. Mainly because if we hook it all on gasoline, this machine over here or this tank over here will just be empty instantly. Also, I just noticed that we're almost running over on aromatics. So let's hope that we don't follow over at the end of this recording session. Good. So, but you might notice this thing over here, and more about that soon. Let's maybe have a look at the map for now, because we've been busy with outposting. For one, well, this is what you get if you put down small power poles on a car that does not have the snap mod installed. So we don't have the snap 2 mod installed, which means our car can go whichever way we're going to go. And, well, we've been a little bit creative over here, but we do have an outpost all the way down here with quartz, and quartz mines only require electricity, so that is fine. We also have a very long belt going all the way back to the base, and it ends up over here where we take the quartz, we put it into the glass works, and then we direct smelt the quartz ore into molten glass. And then the molten glass over here, we smelt that into glass paints. And I think we've got quite a lot of glass paints over here. Yeah, we got a decent amount. For now, it just goes into the chest over here because we don't really need it for anything else. Then, the second big thing we're going to need, for one, for defenses against the biters. But the biters are slowly creeping up. They're coming. They're coming. They are there. But we do need things like lead, and we have lead over here. And we've already prepared a bit, but not finished it yet. Of a belt going over here, a power line going over here, and a pipe going over here. And at some point in time, it seems I ran out of power poles, and the pipe definitely goes all the way through and through, but we still have to craft a couple of these liquid miners, and we have not done that yet. There they are. Fluid mining drills. We need like a couple. It doesn't really matter how many we need. A couple will be fine. But yes, we have to finish this up, and then we have to figure out where we are going to do the lead processing. And once we have lead processing, we can actually make ammunition at a decent rate. Now, there are some biters over here. We will probably take them out. It's a big-ish nest, and I'm not really that keen on fighting, to be perfectly honest. There's also the reason why the biters are there, but not as expensive. I find it enough if the biters just get triggered by pollution. Speaking of pollution, I think our pollution cloud is actually shrinking. And the reason for that is, we've got some of these farms up and running. We've got a moss farm and a tree farm, and the moss farm over here eats 560 pollution. There it is. 560 pollution per minute. And we got 10 of them. So that's basically 100 per second. That is 100 per second. It is about, give or take, 10 per second. Is it? Yeah, it is 10 per second, because if you divide it by 60, if you go about 600 per minute, that's about 10 per second. And we got 10 of them. So that's 100 per second. So over here, we are just non-stop consuming pollution. And down here, we got the big tree farm. We're going to take a look at the tree farm soon. But for now, let's maybe have a look over here what we made over here. Because, of course, we need a liquid miner to mine the lead. And what kind of liquid do we need? Well, we need acetylene. And we came up with this rather compact but really nice machine over here. Currently, it's not doing anything because it's stuck, because we're completely, absolutely backed up on acetylene. For a while, we had the acetylene over here run the glassworks over there, and it might still be a good idea, as acetylene over here has a megajoule of energy. That's a lot of energy for this gas, and it can easily power up 10 of these. 10 of these for one reason. I think over here we make 100 acetylene per second. We got 8 of these. So that is 100 of these. Each one of these requires 10 megawatts of energy. That is 10 liquid per second and 1 megajoule. And since we make 100, we can supply 10 of these. But currently we don't. Also have to see why the coal gasifier stopped. But then again, glass is not as important right now. And to make the acetylene, well, we basically need a lot of coke. We have a lot of coke. This machine over here makes a lot of coke. Especially the addition over here that we made makes even more coke. And then we just cook it up with some lime. The lime just comes from a soil extractor. We just wash it out of the ground. And then it just goes into here. And one high pressure furnace. This is actually a thing I really enjoy. In the previous Pi versions, all these machines had different crafting speeds. Like the pressure furnaces over here had a crafting speed of 0.5. The upgraded variant of the high pressure furnaces had a crafting speed of 1.5. I think these over here were also sitting at 1.5, and the upgrade of these was 2.5. The crafting speeds of all machines were all over the place, and they kind of unified this. All machines now have the same crafting speed. Even the machines that you get later on as upgrades. For example, the pressure furnace, it's over here. Crafting speed of 1 for the Mark 1. Crafting speed for 2 of the Mark 2. Crafting speed 3. Crafting speed 4. So I'm very happy with this change, that all of these crafting speeds have now been normalized. Which means if you upgrade your machines or your factory, you don't have to rebuild as much. You still have to rebuild maybe a little bit, especially if you get into modules later on. But you don't need to rebuild as much, which is so much better. Also very happy to see the flotation cells over here. These were terrible in the past. Like in the previous Pi version, the flotation cell Mark 1 had a crafting speed of 0.5. The Mark 2 had a crafting speed of 1.5. The Mark 3 had a crafting speed of 3.5. And the Mark 4 had a crafting speed of 5. Which is just like, huh? Why? But I'm very happy that they completely made it equal, which is just great for upgrading. Also, I think I saw another couple machines in here that were new, also have upgraded versions. Yeah, one thing I'm very excited to see. Where is it? Where is it? I think it's over here. Yeah. Heat exchangers. It used to be that you only get one heat exchanger, and you get it very late, but now it seems you get 4. What do we need for the first one, actually? Let's have a look. Oh, wait. Actually, let's look over here. Craft. Yeah, that's very much doable. And then we just get a heat exchanger. Perfect. Because there are recipes for reheating things that you do need later on. And you needed the heat exchanger for those. And I think the heat exchanger, the previous Pi version, required blue circuits, which means, well, by the time you need it, you don't need it anymore. Good. Perfect. Now, this machine over here still has some issues. It's not really running super duper clean yet. Mostly probably because things are backing up. And I will probably have to take a good look at this, what it's backing up over here. But that is fine for now. Very important, we needed the glass, and we needed the glass because we did want a good source for trees. And trees is definitely a thing we need. We made this thing first, this thing over here in the corner. This is just your basic tree breeder. This thing over here only makes one thing, trees. Because if you want to have a tree farm, or any kind of farm in Pyanodons, they work like this. Let me just take this out over here. You will see if you just place down the building over here, if you just place the forestry down, it has a crafting speed of 0.1, but it will not do anything because there's no trees in here. So we need to put some trees in here. And they work basically like modules. And if we add them all in, the crafting speed over here, I'm pretty sure that's a calculation mistake. It should probably be a crafting speed of 1, not 1.1, but I'll take that extra 10%. But the crafting speed over here will then go all the way up to 1, or 1.1 in this case. And the machine over here also starts working. And you can get upgraded trees. Well, for the trees, you don't get that. But for other things, for example, the next thing we're going to have to do is going to be the moon drops. And the moon drops are... Where are they? There they are somewhere. Moon drop. The blue thingy. There we go. Yeah, you do get, for some of these, upgraded variants. Moon drops, for example, if you upgrade them to the next tier, they get faster by like a set amount. And with that, you can upgrade the farms. Also, the farm buildings themselves. If you get like an upgraded farm building, the base crafting speed of the farm building does not increase, but the amount of trees or slots you can put in there, that does increase. Good. Let's just get this technology out of the way real quick. And then, of course, you also get better recipes. So every farm in Pyanodon scales in 3 dimensions, which is really, really nice. It does give you some very, very powerful buildings later in the game. But for now, we just want to make some trees. And over here, the tree recipe of our choice is, of course, ash, tree seedlings, and water. And that makes a couple of logs. The logs you then put over here in a wood processing unit, and then it turns that all into wood. And then you do with the wood whatever you want. In this case, we turn the wood into tree seeds. The tree seeds and some moss and some water we turn into tree seedlings. The seedlings, for one, go back into the wood farm over here, and the other tree seedlings go over here, where we turn the tree seedlings into actual trees. And every now and then, I just come over here, pick up some trees, and finish up this magnificent clunker over here. Oh boy. I had to cut down quite a lot of trees to make place for this thing. There used to be a forest over here. Well, there's still a forest over here, but now this forest is a little bit more, well, controlled. Regrowable, I think is the term for it. And this is our wood farm. This whole thing over here makes 12 pieces of wood per second. So basically, almost a yellow belt. Plan was to make a full yellow belt, but I think 12 over here is fine. Because all of that goes then over here into this destructive distillation column. And this over here has a very good recipe for us. Because over here, we take the wood, we turn it into coal, we turn it into coal gas, we turn it into tar. Then we take the coal, and we turn that into coke. Also more coal gas and more tar. The tar goes up over here, where we then crack it into all the things that we need. The coal gas at the moment goes over here into our glassworks, where we use it for powering the glassworks. But to be perfectly honest, I would rather... Can I make one of these? No, I can't right now. Let's see if we can pocket craft one real quick. But I would rather make it into syngas. Here's the recipe. 50 coal gas and a bit of water makes us 70 syngas and a bit of tar and some ash. And that is a significant upgrade. Syngas has twice the amount of energy than coal gas. So that's already an upgrade. And we even get more out of it. So that's a double upgrade. So we are more or less quadrupling our energy from coal gas into syngas. Also, we get more tar, which we can turn into more other products. Good. Let's get some stuff over here real quick. And then, there we go. Make one of these. Don't make small parts in your pocket, please. We got a chest with small parts over there. And we should probably fill this up again. There we go. Make one of these, please. Actually, yeah, make all of these. Don't make pipes in your pocket. One moment, please. One moment, please. Let me just pick up some pipes real quick. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good. Here. That should be fine. And then, ooh, yeah, make 4. Or 3 in this case. And then total of 4. Good. And then we have some gasifiers over here. And yeah, the coal gas comes out over here. And this is probably a thing we're going to be placing over here somewhere. Boop. We can just turn that over here into syngas. And this is a good recipe. This is a really, really good recipe. Now, there's, of course, a couple of things that kind of am disappointed about. Again, over here, we got a recipe that makes slaked lime. And we can't use it for anything. Like, the moment we unlock this recipe, there's no option for us to sink this into anything. Usually, a good idea is to sink it into seaweed. But we unlock slaked lime into seaweed over here. And that is pretty deep down in the research tree. That is, well... if that doesn't tell you how deep it is... Well, oh god, we're still scrolling. What the fuck? Yeah! We're not getting that one. Good. Good. Then, one more thing we did on stream, and that one actually turned out really, really nice. Let's just hope. Okay, you know what? These things can overflow, and I don't really want this thing over here to overflow, so I'm just gonna... There we go. Turn you off for a second. If they overflow, they change the ground elements, and I think they make it harder to walk through that. I would rather not have that. But all those aromatics we're gonna use up soon, because we need aromatics to mine up the zinc. So once we set up a zinc mine, that thing over there will probably just be eaten up instantly. If you remember, maybe the last recap video, I'm not quite sure if you could have seen it in there or not. We had a bit of an issue with Ash backing up everywhere. We actually came to a point in the stream where Ash was completely backlogging everything and the whole base just shut down. And we rebuilt our Ash sorting system over here a bit. We also made a balancer, or a splitter in this case. Good God. Yeah. This works. It's horrible, but it works. But this is a lane balancer. If you don't have a splitter, this is how you lane balance. Kind of works. It actually works pretty good. I mean, we've balanced through all of the ash in here. All of the ash in here has been processed and is going over here into our ash sorters. And yeah, we've kind of made it so that we can place a couple more of these down. We can still place 2 more down if we want to. We maybe should, because this one over here is not really keeping up, it seems. But I don't really... Well, can we? We need some steel for that. Yeah, I'll make that later. But yeah, we should probably place these 2 down over here as well, so that we can sink a total of 60 ash per second. We should maybe check how much ash we make at the moment. There we go. So the average of the last 10 minutes, we make about 960 ash per minute. Currently, with our setup, we can sink 30 per second. That is 300, and then times 6, 1,800 is our sinking capacity. And you can also see consumption over here is definitely higher than the production. So currently, we are definitely running through our backlog of ash over here. And this over here is still the same recipe, though this one over here has backed up a bit, which is interesting. Well, yeah, we of course take the iron oxide over here. You can take the iron oxide and smelt it into iron plate at a decent rate. They buffed that recipe. It used to be that recipe was kind of shit, but I was surprised to see how effective it was. Where is it? Iron oxide. There we go. Usage. It used to be, I think 20 of these made, a single plate, and I think they buffed it by a power of 10. This is a pretty decent recipe now. Like 20 iron oxide into 10 iron plates. That is pretty darn good. I like this one. And you just smelt it down. You just put it into a furnace over here and you smelt it down. Actually, you can't even craft it down. Oh, it's an advanced foundry. Never mind. You can smelt it down. I thought it was a crafting machine. But yeah, pretty decent recipe. Gets rid of all the iron oxide. The zoot, of course, still gets being processed over here. And if we take a look at these chests over here, yeah, we don't really get a lot of resources. Every now and then we have to probably go over here and empty these out. Good. Lamps. Now, technically, I think we can make lamps. Yeah, we can. So let's maybe, at the end of this recap video, do the thing we always do in our playthroughs. Put down a bunch of lamps. Because, I mean, come on. We're not any kind of barbarian. We want to place down lamps. Lamps are very important to us. It makes the base brighter. It makes you guys see better. And, I mean, I kind of get it. Like a dark episodes all the time. No. We're gonna brighten up the mall over here. We're gonna make this place mega bright. There we go. It's also gonna eat a lot of power, actually. Speaking of power, we did make a small extension power plant. We don't really have a really big centralized power plant yet. And I guess we're gonna get that as soon as we move further into alternative energies. Because currently, we don't have that. The power plant that we currently have is this little thing over here. That's just sitting over here. Like 4 boilers and 2 steam engines. And yes, that's the correct ratio, because these over here consume 15 liquid per second, and these over here make 7.5 liquid per second. So it is a 2-to-1, and not a 1-to-2 as it used to be. And then we have this little power plant over here. You can already see that this power plant over here is already having issues. The steam over here is... Yeah, sometimes I think these over here have a bit of a reload issue. And the big problem that we have over here is the raw coal that we throw in here is just not energy dense enough. We should probably throw in here something more like in terms of coke or something like that, or anything different. Everything different from raw coal and kerosene, because those have very terrible fuel values. Even wood, I think, is worse than that. The logs are better. The logs are definitely better for fuel than the raw coal. Coke would definitely be the best. And what does wood have? Yeah, wood is on the same level as kerosene. Good. Perfect. But yeah, we got a little bit of power going on. It is enough to fire up the base. But of course, we do want heftier power if possible. Perfect. And I kind of want to keep these episodes like at around 20 minutes. And we have reached the 20-minute mark. So that will be it for today. If you do want to see the progress on this base, 2 options. Option number 1, come see me live on Twitch TV/BoldViking. Option 2, check out the VOD dump channel. I will take a link of the VOD and attach it to the description of this video so that you guys can just click on it. It will also share the same thumbnail. So if you want to see the full thing of the things we did over here and listen in to what we talked about, then you can do that. And if not, then just leave a like and a comment and everything else. And yes. It's 2 a.m. over here. I should probably go to bed. Nevertheless, thank you so much for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do like what you see, please do leave a like, a comment, a subscription. Every one of those actions does help me out in growing this channel into something bloody amazing. And you can also find me on twitch.tv/BoldViking, where we do even more Factorio currently, Pyanodons, Nullius, if I can get my head into it, and of course SpaceX on YouTube, and XCOM, and RimWorld, and good God, why do I play so much games? Nevertheless, have an amazing evening, and until next time, see you around!